No more start over.
Okay, it's recording. Go.
Okay. Hello, we are the gastropods. Begin.
Today we'll be teaching you everything you want to know about us.
And everything you don't care to know, but we will enlighten you with this knowledge anyway.
Well, for starters, obviously we are animals, therefore we belong to the kingdom Animalia.
And our phylum is Mollusca.
Our class is clearly gastropods since we're gastropods.
The two main organisms in this class are snails and slugs.
There are different types of each though. The three categories of snails are land snails, sea snails, and freshwater snails.
Alagona profunda is our scientific name.
Here are our cousins. This is the sea snail. His name is James. Can you see that? Yeah. This is the freshwater snail. His name is Jeremy.
They're so cute.
Okay, enough about the family. Let's talk about us.
The foot is the organ of locomotion in us land gastropods, but it is reduced in the swimming forms of our family.
The movement is by muscular activity. It is completed by a series of contraction waves from the posterior end up to the anterior end of the portion of the foot that glides.
A few groups of gastropods have a foot divided into the right and left side half. Separate waves move on either side.
Fun fact, when the foot is narrow, the animal moves in fits, which causes a tumbling action because of the foot is digging into the ground.
Other smaller gastropods move by the beating of cilia on the foot.
Everyone knows that we move slow, but it's not our fault. The foot only allows us to move 3 to 5 centimeters per minute. Give us a break.
Alright, since we've bored you with all this talk about how we move around and how we talk about the digest.
Just keep going,
So
keep going.
close.
Go.
Okay, and start that line again.
Alright, since we've bored you with all this talk about how we move around, how about we talk a little about the digestion, reproductive, and nervous systems?
Right. Let's start with the nervous system. In our little gastropod bodies, the nervous system is well defined and we have specialized nerve cells. It's actually very asymmetrical because it twists into a figure 8. A nerve cord starts at the cerebral ganglion on either side of the esophagus and extends to the midline of the foot and causes a chain reaction of our movement. Instead of having one huge brain like humans, gastropods have 8 very tiny, simple ones. Our nervous system is extremely interconnected and splits off every which way in our little bodies.
Now on to the digestive system. Gastropods are diverse with their eating habits. Members of our family can be herbivores, carnivores, scavengers, clearly feeders, or parasites. We can have a few as 16 teeth to 750,000. Digestion is always at least extracellular. There is no gastropod species where all the digestion takes place inside individual cells. The stomach turns 180 degrees so that esophagus enters the stomach.
No, you skipped like 2 lines.
You did.
Okay. Food is passed through the gut by ciliary tracts. Unlike most animals, our stomachs turn 180 degrees so the esophagus enters the stomach posteriorly and the intestine leaves anteriorly. I could talk about the digestion process forever, but I'll shut up. Let's keep your attention.
How about that reproductive system? Gastropod species are a mix of 2 sexes or 1 sex. Most possess a single ovary or single testes. Often there are courtship rituals that come before the actual mating. We all know what happens after that. It is no different from how any other animal species mate. After the eggs are fertilized, they pass through the oviduct to the outside where they are left on their own. Poor guys. We don't play with the whole free rent crap. We kick them out before they can get attached. However, some gastropods are both male and female. The single gonad produces both sperm and egg. The genital duct is divided into 2 channels for the passage of sperm and egg. 2 hermaphrodites go through extremely complex rituals before mating.
So those briefish overviews. All 3 systems are complex, although it may not seem like it in our little bodies.
Even though we do move slow, we can spread a dangerous disease fast. Dogs like to eat us, which turn causes them to eat our slime. Dogs can get lungworm from us, which can be deadly if it's not caught immediately. Slugs and snails can do this.
Giant disease-carrying snails have recently started threatening Florida and more southern states' crops. They like the warm climate. They eat the crops and spread this lungworm. These same snails eat rat feces which harbor the larvae. Getting these on the crop poses a serious threat to humans and animals. In some cases, it causes a rare form of meningitis.
Stick with us, we're almost done. Now it's time for some more fun facts.
Yes.
Did you know that there are over 40,000 species of gastropods?
I didn't know
bet
that.
you didn't.
I didn't know that.
Did you know that the sea slugs do not have a shell, but they have a sort of internal protective shell made out of calcium?
I didn't know that either.
No.
Did you know that a snail can crawl over a knife's edge without hurting itself? And the smallest gastropod is about 1 millimeter long, but the largest one is 75 centimeters long? Well, so the scientists think. I'm actually about 183 centimeters, not to brag or anything, but shh.
Well, that about wraps it up. And that was everything you wanted to know and everything you didn't want to know about gastropods. Now you can all impress your friends with these fun facts.
5, 6,
Let's-
7.
I was ready to start. Okay.
I don't know what
And
to do.
Pause.
5, 6, 7.
Speed it up.
Hold up.
It's speed up.
Guys, I don't know
Okay,
what
you do
this
that
is.
part. You do that
I
part.
don't know what this is.
I didn't even know.
Okay,
I don't know what to
speed
do.
up. Slime the wall.
You want to stop
I
recording?
thought it was hold up.
I thought we.
Can we stop
I want
recording and
speed up
practice
'cause
a
we're
little bit?
slow. Yeah.
Oh, it's already on one take. Well, you can take both takes and merge them into one.
Stop.
If it-
Stop. Stop.
Okay.
I'm clueless. What about this?
Ready?
Leave that off.
5, 6, 7.
Slow
Speed
down.
up. Slime the wall. Wiggle like you're trying to make a shell. Gastropods. Gastropods.
Oh, leaving.
Gastropods.
You're still in the frame.
Ah, no,
And
no.
okay, now we're good.
He's like.